In this video, I will be unboxing, setting up and reviewing this Vimtag mini indoor-outdoor Wi-Fi camera. This Vimtag camera offers versatile security solutions, whether you're looking for an indoor camera, wireless option or an outdoor security camera. Ideal for monitoring pets or your home, the Vimtag pet camera provides easy Wi-Fi setup and can conveniently be installed without a subscription. With straightforward camera installation and camera reset features, the Vimtag security camera is user-friendly and adaptable. It supports SD cards, ensuring local storage, making it perfect for anyone needing a reliable indoor camera setup. While unboxing the camera, I noticed it was quite good quality build, and it feels quite solid. It feels really good to the touch, and it just is well made. It's got a nice hinge at the bottom that you can maneuver, and it comes with a fairly long USB-C cable, and this plugs into a waterproof seal so that you can use it outdoors, which is really cool, so no water can get in there, and it was quite a job pulling out the cable. The stand is quite nice. It can go up and down, it can stand on its own. It also comes with a small clip for some cable management, and it can also swivel left and right. The camera is very plain. It's got LED light as well on the top, and it's got some infrared, so it does that, and it's also got two-way talking, so there's a microphone and speakers on it. So for the size of it, it is actually quite a cool little camera. So setting it up, you scan the code that's in the manual with your camera, and then it will take you to the download of Google Play or the Apple Store. And once you've downloaded the app, you install the app, and then it will ask you to register. So once you've registered and verified with the security code, you can then sign in with that email that you've signed up with. And then when you go into the app, it will then ask to add a device, which will be the camera. In this case, it is an outdoor mini camera, and you can also use it for indoor. And it will ask for location settings as well. So you just have to accept those. It will also ask for notification pushes, which I will show you later on in the video, which is really cool as well. And once that's done, make sure you power on everything, and then it will start asking to connect to a Wi-Fi network. So you just scan the code on the side of the camera, and then you start setting up the Wi-Fi connection. Now this, you need a 2.4 gigahertz connection, not a 5 gigahertz, but it will notify you if it is a 5 gigahertz. And then it will give you a QR code on the screen, and you just need to move the camera back and forth within 10 to 20 centimeters from the screen, and then it will initialize the camera and it will add it to the app. And once that's done, you'll see the little app show the small screen of the camera. You can rename the camera. So in this case, I just called it front because I was testing it in the front of the house. And that's it. It was really simple to set up. You just got to allow some security settings and everything like that. So you can secure the camera with a password as well. So there's an extra level of security. It also then offers some cloud storage options, which you can do if you want, or you can use the SD card, which I will show you how to connect. But here you can see the camera is showing. It's very responsive. It's quite clear. And some of the settings on the screen, you've got the speaker, you've also got HD or SD and smooth, different variations of the quality. You can record, you can talk, you can take a snapshot. There's even an alarm on there that you can set off. There's also a snooze button, so you can only record during certain times. So there's quite a lot of options. You can go full screen like I've done now, and it will show you what kilobytes are being transferred, so it can show if the network is weak or not. And there's also a network testing tool, which I will show you later on. But overall, the dashboard's really easy to navigate. You can see I'm recording now, but it doesn't save the video because I don't have the cloud option. So I just switch to the SD card, and I'll insert the SD card, which I'll show you how to do as well. But the sound you can hear was quite loud there, so there was a bit of feedback. But overall, it is very easy to set up, and the dashboard is quite intuitive. And that was the alarm as well. So you can set off an alarm from the app itself, and it will sound on the camera. You can also enter a snooze mode, so you don't have to record certain times if you don't want it to. Looking at the cloud storage once again, you can see there's a free trial that you can run, but that's up to you and how you want to run that. Later on, I'll show you how to insert the SD card, which I think I'll actually do now. So taking an SD card, you can put a 512 megabyte SD card in this camera. You just open up the bottom of the camera with the silicone flap, and there is a small slot there, and that's also next to the reset button. So if you ever have to reset the camera for anything, that's where the reset button is. but it's very easy. You insert the SD card and then you replace the silicone flap to cover the card so it doesn't get wet if you do place it outside. So I set up the camera outside as well, so I've got an electric box over here, and as you can see the camera is set up there. So this is external power, so electricity comes in here, and then I've plugged in the plug inside. It's waterproof, and then I've set up the camera like so and positioned it and everything, so you can see that's the little screw that's underneath which sets it up. You can align it and everything. So that's all set up and running, and then I will show you some of the footage it's captured. So this should pick me up and then I'll show you that. But yeah, it's got a full view of the pond and it can view all the way up to here. So this is for the outdoor test, and so I've done inside and outside, and so far it's working well and the notifications are working well. I've got it set up on 2 phones, so yeah, we can view it from anywhere, which is great. Then you can choose your location and time settings and everything like that for the camera. So that I'm doing now. And there's quite a lot of settings, as you can see as you go through the app. There's quite a lot of things. You can also share the device, which will create a QR code, so you can share that with friends and family. And the notifications I think are really cool. You can see on a locked screen it signals from the top, it comes down, and then also if you swipe down you can see the different types of notifications that come through, and I'll show you a bit more on that later. To format the SD card, you just go into the recording settings, and over there you can see all the different types of settings for recording and also the capacity of the SD card. And then right at the bottom is a format button. You just press that and then click OK, and it will format it and it will say it's successful. So that's really quick. So that's ready to use and to record. You can also attach the camera to a recording box, and this can store up to 4 terabytes of data, so that's quite a lot of recording if you want to do that. The network check, I think this is pretty cool. If you are having issues with signal or anything like that, what I like about this test is it tests the mobile device that you're on as well as the camera itself. So if you're out somewhere, it could be that your mobile device's signal is not strong enough and the camera's device is. So this is quite nice. It gives you a bit of a summary of what the signal test looks like, so you can see if there's anything that needs correcting. Then there's also on-screen display, so you can also put a few things on the screen, so the date and time and things like that. That's also another setting. Then the sound setting, you can set up the speaker and the microphone, how loud you want that. So that's also quite nice because it's a two-way communication device. Frequency, also recording in 50 Hz or 60 Hz. 60 Hz uses a bit more power, but it is plugged in, so we're not worrying about that. And then the different type of encoding for the videos that you download. What I do like is the connection to Amazon Alexa. So I attached this to my Amazon Alexa, and I will show you how it works later. So it actually displays on screen, which is pretty cool. The camera is also ONVIF compliant, so this is basically where you can use multiple devices across apps. So it is compatible with that. So that's quite nice if you want to test that and use that. But I haven't done any of that setup, so I'll just leave that. There's also an upgrade feature for firmware, so that's also quite cool. And then there's also a spotlight, which is really strong. I'll show you that as well later on in the video. The little LED on the top of the lens, as you can see there, that's quite bright, and it does record in color if the LED is on. So at night you can record in color. Then yeah, just looking at the overall usage of the camera, it really works well. The app is very intuitive. There's lots of settings, as you can see. And now we can see we're running video off the SD card that was recorded. So you can do that. You can download videos as well, which I'll also show you how to do. And once it's downloaded, you can play the video. You can also change the speed of the video. So you can go 1 times, I think 4, 8, and 12 times speed play. So that's quite nice. You can skip ahead quite quickly through that. You can also move with the bar at the bottom like I'm doing. So everything is available. The other thing is that the bottom where you can see the videos that are recorded, each one has little green balls or notifications in the corner of each screen shot on the top left corner, and that over here shows if it's a motion detection, a sound, a human, anything like that. And then you can see where that type of detection was picked up in the video, so that's quite cool. And you can just filter by each one. So I thought that's a really cool feature. So you can just skip straight ahead to when the detection was picked up, and it will show you those events in a different color. But overall, you can see in the top left corner, we got the on-screen display. The video quality is actually quite good. I'm quite impressed with this camera compared to some of the other cameras I've tested. And this is really cool. So here's the Amazon Alexa test. I'll leave this for you to listen to. Live view Vimtag camera.
Did you mean Vimtag camera?
Yes.
Okay.
Alexa, end live view. So that was the outside setup where I put it, and also the Amazon Alexa. And again, as you can see here, all the different recordings that are there. You can see the little green bubbles in the left corner of each one showing the different types of motion that are detected. So that's quite nice. And then showing the downloading of that. And right now I'm downloading 3 videos from the camera, so you can pause one or download another, so you can queue them up. So that's what I'm doing there. This is the setup outside. As you can see in the day, it is really clear. I'm very impressed with the quality of this camera. It is so clear. And then I've got a night vision of it with the LED on, so you can see there's still color, but it will be at night. So that's what this one looks like. And then after that, I show what the camera looks like with the LED on. So the camera isn't very clear from what I'm recording from, but you'll see the LED is actually really bright in the corner where it's set up. So that's what it looks like when the LED comes on and motion is detected. So that's when you can record in color. So that's pretty cool. And then the other thing I was doing was setting it up, as you can see here, when I was putting it in place and everything. So it was picking me up in the motion and all that kind of thing. Then I was setting it up from the app, as you can see me standing there. And then I come through to move a few things around because I wanted to aim it more down. So that was all being recorded, and you can see the quality is very clear. When the lighting is quite nicely set up, you can actually get some really clear images. And overall, I'm really impressed with this camera compared to some of the other cameras. Again, the quality is good, the sound's good, the notifications are really good. You can set it to low and high, so there's multiple options. There's a lot of things you can do with the camera, and I've let it run for over a week and a half, and the notifications came through for human movement and breezes and things like that. So it does sort of detect the human aspect of movement a bit too often, but you can also change this with some of the settings. You just have to refine it, but overall it's really good. I'm very impressed. And if you're looking for a camera that doesn't break the bank, then this is the camera for you. So thanks again to Vimtag for sending me this camera. I really enjoyed it.